everybody, what's going on? It is Monday, I think. Yep, and it's about 12 o'clock. I had to make sure I knew which clock I was looking at, and we are just back. The best thing about it being in Haines City was we had an hour and a half drive, not 8 hours. So that is definitely really cool. Wow, what a day! So I just kind of put a little post up there about how my day went. It definitely didn't go the way I thought that it was going to go. I'm not going to sit here and try to make excuses. It just didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. I went off course, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But what I wanted to focus on was, first, anybody that was out there and finished that race yesterday, you guys are total warriors. And I'm telling you, I'm going to divulge a little something here that I couldn't divulge before because just the timing was bad. But what I've learned is that basically when people are stressed, they tend to go to something that they know. For me, I've always known Ironman training and Ironman racing at getting ready for Kona level. This last year and a half has been stressful for some really great reasons. I've had some surgeries. That's not a great reason, although I have no pain now. I would do it again in a second to have the better quality of lifestyle that I have from it. But it's definitely set me back athletically a little bit. We've moved to a new area. Have some new things going on, have some amazing new athletes and squads we're working with. I mean, there's just been a ton of really, really cool stuff. But it's been stressful, and so when I tried to seek out my own normal again, it was Ironman training, but I couldn't really do it at the level that I was used to or had before my surgeries, and it left me in definitely a confused state, and one that I wasn't clear about. So one of the things that I would suggest as everybody goes into next year and they're starting to think about what races they're going to do next year is get clarity around what it is that you want to do. Because if you're on the fence, it gets really hard to know and get excited about training. That clarity is something, and that vision is something that will pull you through those hard days. And that's something that I definitely trained without a lot last year because I was always on the fence. And, I had been talking to people and some mentors and that stuff. And I had decided, you know what, Ironman Florida just wasn't going to happen for me. But then they changed the race, and I thought the timing would have been terrible to announce to everybody that I wasn't going to go when everybody, I feel like, really needed the support of the people and the veterans in the community to kind of go out there and make them feel reassured about their journeys. So, Tanny and I discussed that, hey, we're going to go out there. I'm going to go just do the best I can, and whatever happens, happens. So wasn't expecting it to go like that yesterday. It was definitely harder. Looking back at the race right now, I think somebody had a kid trick-or-treating, and we basically followed their trick-or-treat loop because it was like run up this guy's driveway, ring the doorbell, come back, cross the street, run through that cul-de-sac. I mean, it was crazy. It was definitely one of those things that I know yesterday it wasn't fun, but it's one of those that I tell my athletes, you remember the hard ones, you remember the different ones. Those are the things that you'll keep remembering. I will definitely remember Haines City for forever. Wow, that was really a challenging run, added with the humidity. So I'm glad that's passed. Now for me, going forward, I think that everybody usually says, I'm never doing one of those again. I'm definitely not saying that. I have no idea what's in store for me for the rest of my life. I can tell you that I'm really excited about doing half Ironmans next year. And again, I think if you listen back to some of the podcasts and posts and blog articles, you kind of pick up on that's where I was going anyway. It just fits in my life a lot better right now than Ironman training. I can do all the long training I want to, but I don't really have to. And I like competing at a competitive level. And I have more ability to train for 70.3s right now. So that was one thing that was really cool and was different, was even during all of that chaos yesterday, and even when I was in all that pain and, I was sick, I never was like, man, I don't like this lifestyle, or that's one thing I've really learned to understand and get clear on this summer, even though it was kind of tumultuous summer for me up and down. It was something that I know for a fact. I love this sport. I love competing. I got to see some great friends like Steve and Scott and Danny Lynn and Ned. I mean, it's my community. It's my jam. And that's one of those things that I appreciate it more and the hardship that I went through yesterday than ever. And so now I'm just going to figure out and dial in, how can I dial up my speed? How can I get some speed back and strength and work on my calf speed? And you know what? Maybe I will do another Ironman in a couple years. Who knows? But I know that next year I'm probably going to focus on just 70.3s in Olympics and try to really dial in some aerodynamics. I think my fit needs adjusted. I haven't had a really good fit since my surgery, so I'm sure that that's definitely changed. But the point is not to talk about me, but to just toss out. A lot of people tend to go back to what's normal because they feel like that's where they have to go. And challenge yourself. If Ironman is on your docket next year, it's so much fun. Go after it, kick ass, do all that stuff. But if you're on the fence where maybe you want to try a different distance, that's awesome too. And there's tons of different things that you can do out there. I mean, one of the most famous US triathletes right now is Ben Canute for sure, and he hasn't done an Ironman ever. So there's tons of different things that you can do in the sport, and that's really what I wanted to call out. And I wanted to really thank Haines City. The volunteers are always amazing, but the volunteers yesterday were a special kind of good. And you could tell that they really knew that we were out there and we were competing in a situation that was a little wonky. And it was that was really something that was cool to be a part of. And I hope everybody's feeling much, much better today. I know that I'm starting to feel better. I haven't really been able to hold food down yet, but I will rally. Don't you worry. I will have some of that fun food. But yeah, I'm just excited to get back to the lifestyle of being healthy more than ever. Usually when I finish Ironman, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go crush a bunch of food and put on a bunch of weight. And I'm excited for a little bit of a break. But what I'm really appreciative of is just the healthy lifestyle that we as triathletes live every single day. And obviously we need some breaks, and it comes and it goes. And sometimes it's going to be your day, and sometimes for no reason it's not going to be your day. And just take a big picture at the whole scope of everything that's going on, and remember how lucky we all are to be able to go do this, express fitness in such a healthy, positive environment. I know it sounds like I'm doing a commercial for a public wellness thing right now, but I'm not. I'm really feeling thankful. And so I just wanted to tell everybody who came out and cheered and volunteered and helped, thank you so much. I know some people that took hotel rooms out to just come help us. And I mean, that is awesome, right? What an awesome community. So thank you, everyone. I'm definitely going to be researching new bike fits this year. I have some ideas already. And the other thing too, I'll tell you, the good part, I guess I should capitalize on this because I put it in the post. One of the good things that I get from having such a rough day is I feel like one of the reasons I coach well is because I can relate. And I know that I will be armed with some more tricks and stuff when you do have those rough days on how to get athletes through that, because once in a while I have to go into that well too, and I have to be forced to understand what that feels like and how to deal with it and come up with those techniques. And so one of the things that I told Tanya the other day, one of the things, driving home today, was I'm most proud of Ironman Florida was my very first race back in 1999. And I don't know if I'll do another Ironman or not, but if wherever that leads me, what I liked was, I started kind of walking by mile 5. And where I started doing Ironman, I would have walked it in for 20 miles. And here I still found opportunities to run. Definitely wasn't the run I wanted, but I kept finding opportunities to run all the way to the end and get myself through. And that's something that I learned and found that strength in myself. And so I'm happy for that too. So everybody have a great Monday. Everybody who's getting ready for Thanksgiving or whatever, let's do this great holiday season and think about next year. And if you need any help or tips, come check out the Triathlete Community. It's free. It's a Facebook forum. As you know, if you want to bounce some ideas or check out where everybody else is going, we've had several people sign up for the virtual squad, which is awesome. I think that's closing in a week. So if you're on the fence, jump in on the Superfly Coaching Virtual Squad. I'm really excited diving in and helping those athletes too. So talk to you all later, and I'm signing off.